We will see Newton's second law of motion. Okay. Now to get the concept clear, some activity is given to us. Now what is that? You see, ask your friend to drop one plastic and one rubber ball from the same height. So your friend asks your friend to release one plastic ball and one rubber ball from the same height. So you catch the balls. So which ball was easier to catch and why? So from the two balls, you will come to know that this plastic ball is easier to catch. Okay, and because what is the reason behind this? That the mass is less of plastic than the rubber. Okay. Now second, ask your friend to throw a ball towards you at low speed. Try to catch it. Then now ask your friend to throw the same ball at high speed towards you. Try to catch it now. So which ball you could you catch with greater ease and why? So from this the ball which was in a low speed, it is easier to catch rather than the ball which is at a high speed. Slow speed ball easy because it produces less impact on body. Now the effect of an object striking another object depends both on the mass of the former object and its velocity. For example, if you are throwing in the ball, so that effect of that depends upon the mass of that ball and its velocity. This means that the effect of the force depends on a property related to both mass and velocity of the striking object. This property was termed momentum by Newton. So this property of mass and velocity was mentioned as momentum by the scientist Newton. So the definition of momentum is, and it is P. It is indicated by P or capital P, momentum. Momentum is the product of mass and velocity of an object, or it can be written m into v. Momentum is a vector quantity. Okay. Now see, some information is given here. Momentum is has magnitude as well as direction. So its direction is the same as that of the velocity. So in SI system, international system of international system of measurement is SI. The unit of momentum is in kg meter per second, while in CGS it is gram centimeter per second. Okay. Now the rate of change of momentum is proportional to the applied force, and the change of momentum occurs in the direction of the force. So suppose an object of mass m has an initial velocity u. So when a force F is applied in the direction of its velocity for time t, so its velocity will become v. So the initial momentum of the object is mu, that is mass into initial velocity. Then its final velocity after time t we have to find. So that is m, final velocity is nothing but m into v. Then rate of change of momentum is nothing but change in momentum upon time. Now the rate of change of momentum can be written as the initial momentum minus the final momentum upon t. So if you take the m common, so can I write this as v minus u upon t. Okay, got this point? M we have taken common, then v minus u upon t. Then as we know that acceleration is nothing but v minus u upon t. So I will write m as it is, and instead of v minus u upon t I am writing a. So then there we got this rate of change of momentum is ma. Now according to Newton's second law of motion, the rate of change of momentum is proportional to the applied force. So therefore I can write m into a. Okay, mass into acceleration is directly proportional to the force. So I will write F is equal to k m a. That instead of directionally proportionally sign, I have written is equal to, so that is nothing but we have taken constant of proportionality. This is called as the constant of k is called as the constant of proportionality, and its value is 1. So if I put the value 1 to k instead of k, so then F is equal to m into a. The formula is force is nothing but mass into acceleration. Okay. Consider two objects having different masses and which are initially at rest. So we are considering two different masses. Then the initial momentum for both is zero. The initial momentum for both is zero. Suppose a force F capital acts for time t on both objects. The lighter object starts moving faster than the heavier object. Okay, so if you are, for example, the two objects are moving, so the lighter object will move fast than the heavier object. However, from the above formula, we know that the rate of change of momentum, that is F, in both the object is same, and the total change in their momentum will also be the same. Okay, so that F will be F into T. Thus, if the same force is applied on different object, the change in momentum is the same. Okay, so some information is given to you. In SI, the unit of force is Newton, unit of force is Newton. Then in CGS it is in dyne. Okay, so is SI Newton, the unit is force is Newton, and in CGS it force of Newton is in dyne. Okay, so that is this simplification is given to you. You just read it. Okay, so we'll see that Newton's third law of motion in the next period. Thank you.